What up, y'all? It's your boy, Jerron Eitner. I know it's been a while. I've been working diligently on my next album and also my next feature film. I've been just grinding very, very hard. So I haven't had a lot of time to make a lot of YouTube content over the last couple months. I do apologize for that, but that's not what this video is about. I'm not here. It's not an apology video. We're here back with another reaction. So someone hit me up on Fiverr, and this is actually a very interesting submission, probably the most interesting submission I have received so far in this whole journey that I'm on doing reaction videos. So let me actually just read the description of this video that this guy wrote himself before I even play the song or show you what he sent over. So the artist is named Lord Frederick Russell II, and he sent me this long paragraph. Like I said, I'm gonna read the paragraph. I might screenshot it and put it on the screen right here. But he said, I make music for augmented reality and virtual reality, although my app I build music for, which does music and astrology, is still being developed. This is an art exhibit piece made with the AI. With AI, the music is 9 of Cups reversed, based on the Saturn in Pisces astrological sign. May seem confusing at this moment, but I promise you everything will make sense when we release this groundbreaking app. The album is Reverse Cups. What is a cup reverse? Well, it's being drained, then being filled, right? Vampires. This is a vampire album that is basically if Prince was evil, and with Trent Reznor produced for him from 9 Inch Nails, and the sound engineer was Justin Vernon from Bon Iver, trying to recreate House of Balloons by Ilangelo The Weeknd. It'd be this said, my friend. My artist name since my death is now Frederick. Freyr means Lord in Norse, and Lord Frederick is my name. I am listed as a global Viking ambassador at Jorvik Viking Festival. So over everything than being a mystic, I am a Viking music artist like Bjork Sept from Florida. I put real magic in my mix. Yeah, so that was the description I got for this song. And he hit me up on Fiverr. This is a paid situation, so it kind of brought me back in the game. And I think the thing that really got my attention on this was the augmented virtual reality part. So I'm always interested in that. I'm a big proponent of AI in a lot of different ways, and so it piqued my interest. My interest is piqued, and that's why I'm back with this video to see what this is about. Now, I haven't checked this link yet. I did click on it, and as soon as it popped up, it was something weird for like 2 seconds. And I'm like, I'm gonna hold off on this, and we're gonna do this live. I do have this set up. I'm gonna put the link in the description so you guys can check this out. But the song title of this video is Adobe Firefly Exhibit 9 of Cups Reversed. And in the description, he says that all the video images on this were made via Adobe Firefly. So once again, I'm interested in that. As you guys know, AI video is going crazy right now. So yeah, let's check this out. Let's see what Lord Frederick Russell the Vampire is doing with this. Let's see what he's rocking with. Okay, so there's a bunch of images on screen that are like kind of horror-esque, vampires, demons, stuff like that, and then words in the screen. But as you may have heard so far, there's not really like a lot of musicality to this right now. There is him singing these odd lyrics. This is 7 minutes long, first of all, so this might end up being a long reaction video because I'm gonna have some things to say. I already know that, but my interest is held. Let's see how this continues. Okay, so there's a lot going on musically Now, I said there wasn't a lot of musicality, but now there seems to be almost too much going on. I'm hearing like a lot of distorted bass, a lot of layered synths. There's a lot going on, but it doesn't necessarily sound cohesive. It definitely sounds like it's in need of a mix. Now, that might be by design. Maybe there's the artistic expression aspect of it, but right now it's all sounding like just kind of like a lot of noise. So, you know. Like, literally, it sounds like there's like two songs being layered on top of each other right now as I listen to this. And maybe, I don't know, that's by design, but it sounds like two separate songs being crammed together into one. Not gonna lie, bro. This is kind of a hard listen. I mean, I'm all about pushing the thresholds of experimental music and making interesting stuff. And I'm not saying this is not interesting. It's just kind of messy. It's kind of hard for me to grasp onto what I'm listening to right now. Thankfully, the lyrics are on the screen, so I can hear it. I can like match what you're saying with the lyrics in the screen, so I kind of get an idea like what the concept is and what you're trying to do with the song. And in that sense, and like in a positive sense, like you got some bars there. There's some pen, there. There's some pen ink. You can pen. I just think the production is really really odd, and it's kind of hard for me to cling on to something. Like right now, it kind of sounds like you're like literally like a bunch of noise with some compelling lyrics and some interesting visuals, but that's where we're at right now. Let's keep it going. Really at the 2 minute mark. So we'll see how far we get on this song before I'm like, we'll go. But yeah, man, I'm listening, and I'm just not, I'm not gelling with what's happening here. I hear elements of good ideas and interesting ideas happening, but the way that this song is mixed and put together, it just sounds like a wall of sound, and it's really hard for me to like kind of enjoy it at this point. But we're gonna keep listening. We're gonna keep it going. Yeah, man, this is a hard listen. Like, I'm trying to give Lord Frederick Russell II the benefit of the doubt, but this is a very, very hard listen. I'm trying to find what we're trying to do here with this song, but it's not captivating. Like I said, I always appreciate experimental, interesting music. I mean, even in his hashtags, he has like esoteric music and dark wave and all this stuff, which I'm a fan of that. But this is something that I would have a hard time enjoying because it doesn't seem like there's a good cohesive thought going on right now. Like, I'm hearing a really cool beat in the background. Let me see if you guys can catch it. Hold on. So yeah, there's an interesting beat there. That's there. The boom, the boom, the boom, but the boom, the I could hear that, and I could hear his vocals, and he's saying some cool shit. I could tell because I'm reading the lyrics. If I didn't have the lyrics, I actually probably wouldn't be able to hear what he said because the mix is so crazy. But I'm piecing that together. But then there's this other like whole element of this song. It's just like it's just noise, and I think it's like kind of like a bunch of synthesizers that are being like manipulated, obviously. But I think they're all too loud. So like, if you found a way to like balance that out a little bit, maybe do some pans, so they have their own space. Because right now you're hearing like a lot of overlap in space, and that makes it really hard to like connect to because it's like, oh man, it's like so loud. Um, yeah, like even as I like listen to this mix, like a lot of the noise is coming from my left speaker, like a lot, and then there's like other noise coming over here, and some of the elements exist on both, but like this side is definitely louder, and then this side like has like I think hold on, let me listen again. Yeah, it's like I feel like yeah, like there's just something going on with the mix in terms of everything kind of being on one side. And I bet if I downloaded this file and looked at the wave, it'd probably look crazy as shit. It'd probably just be like a big wall. And I think, especially since I've been working on my album, I've been like trying to improve my mixing abilities and like what the things that I noticed and like how I improve the mix. And like I said, I'm not knocking necessarily what he's trying to do with the song. I just think that there's a better way to execute it and make it more interesting and more dynamic. Because right now it just sounds like a wall. It's a wall of sound that's hitting me. And as I'm trying to listen more and more, as I'm letting the song kind of play in the background, because honestly, I think I kind of get the gist of it. I'm going to play a little bit more here in a second. But I kind of just hear this sound. I hear a bunch of sound. I have to kind of sit here and kind of sort it out a little bit. And that gets exhaustive on your ears to where it's like, I actually probably would listen to this song and probably give it a better chance if it had a better mix. And that's something that like I try not to be too hard on because like I said, I do like a lot of my own mixing and a lot of my own music. And I know how hard and difficult the process is. But this feels very almost beginnerish in the sense that it's like a lot of the audio could be more dynamic. You know what I'm saying? Using fades, using pans, stereo separation, reverb, things like that, and even just better sequencing on the beat. Because right now this sounds like blah blah blah. There's, like I said, as I said through this video, there's interesting elements that exist in this song. Like as I listen to this right now. Like there's interesting vocal textures that I hear. There's interesting sounds. Like there's interesting elements in the song, but they're just not put together in a very well way. The video is interesting. There's a lot of interesting visuals, and as somebody who has used video generation in his work, like I know how difficult it is to make a cohesive narrative and like cohesive look and feel with AI without like putting in like a lot of effort and time and money. And he's done a really good job on that. So I mean, if you go check out the video, that might actually help put some more context into this music, because it actually does help significantly to be watching the video alongside this music. Like if you're watching this right now, just off of listening to that reaction, you're probably like, what the hell is this guy listening to? But if you watch the video and you read the description, it's like, okay, it makes a lot more sense. So if you want to know more about this, go click on the link in the description and go watch it for yourself so you can kind of get the full experience. Because I know the audio is sounding crazy on this video right now. I already know that you guys are probably like, what the fuck is this guy listening to? And I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I'm not even going to try to like pretend that like I like this for the sake of the fact that I'm doing this for a Fiverr situation. Like, I'm not going to pretend that, oh my God, he paid me to say nice things. That's not how this works. He's paying me for my honest opinion. And to be honest, like, I don't rock with this, but it doesn't mean that he shouldn't like stop. Like, I think that he just needs a little help on how he wants to present this to the masses, because I think that it's a little grating, it's a little aggressive, and it's a little over the top in his presentation to where it's extremely off-putting. So unless you have a very specific crowd that you're trying to target, you're gonna have a hard time with this. And I'm not that guy. I'm not the one who enjoys this on the level that I'm expecting that you're hoping people will. But I do think there's a lot of interesting ideas that exist in this track. And I do think there's a lot of things that have me go, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? With the AI video, you're doing some cool AI image generations. You got some cool lyrics. You know what I'm saying? There is a theme that you're trying to attach to. There's like a lot of good stuff to it. I think my biggest issues come down to the technical aspect of it, executing them, make them sound at least decent enough to where people are like, oh yeah, I rock with this. So that's my thoughts on this. But I'm going to go ahead and play this last little bit, because this is a 7-minute long song, which is already over the amount that we typically do. This video is running at 17 minutes almost. So let's listen to the last like 30 seconds of this, and I'll give my final thoughts, and I'll get up out of here. Let's see. Dude, the intro actually sounds pretty interesting. Or sorry, the outro. The outro sounded pretty interesting. I think that if, like I said, like there's a lot of cool elements in this song. It might sound like a complete wall of noise to you guys watching this, or maybe you go check out the song, but I feel like when you go to that last part, you're actually hearing some of those elements. And I think what it is the removal of the drums, because the drums are so grating. You take the drums out, then all of a sudden it's just kind of like this like abstract synthesizer kind of jam with some interesting lyrics. The drums are kind of take me out a little bit, I'm realizing, after listening to the last part of it. So there's thoughts. I mean, I know you already have this out, and you got a whole album attached to this, the whole project. I'm seeing the website, which I'll also put the link to the website in the description, so make sure you check it out if you want to hear more from Lord Frederick. But Lord Frederick, you got some work to do. I'll say it like that. But I do think that you have an interesting mind. I do think there's some interesting things that you're presenting on this, and I would like to see more. So send me over some more stuff, and we'll see what we can do about it. But I think that the mix is where I am just like, okay, this is hard for me to listen to. If we could figure out how to tweak that, maybe do some better sequencing and kind of present this as a story in a way that's like more captivating, I think you might have something here. Great use of AI video. There's some interesting AI videos generation here that's like, that's cool. You're doing some cool stuff with that. So you guys can form your own opinions by checking out Lord Frederick Russell's page. I'll put a link in the description. If you want to get your video reviewed or song or whatever reviewed by the boy, hit me up on Fiverr or send me an email at connect@starstruckmultimedia.com, and we'll talk about it. And as I said at the top of the video, I've been super busy, just locked in with my next album, which I'll be announcing on a full scale here pretty soon, and then my next film, which I'm trying to finish up, and a bunch of other projects. So I'm just all over the place, which I haven't been able to like get back on the YouTube world. I do miss y'all, so I will be back soon. Trust me on that. I got a lot of cool stuff in the works. So make sure you guys are still following. Make sure you guys still rock with your boy. I will see you all later. Y'all take care. Peace.